What's a funny little quip I could open with?
Should we all go back to bed?
Just sit back and let gentle morning infotainment fill your head.
Live from the City of Roses.
Damn it, this town needs someone to give it hope.
I must say this is irregular.
This
This is irrelevant, Your Honor.
is LAAF
Brilliant name.
Just a pound.
Our children are being corrupted by smut!
with Grace Faye.
Oh, why does everything happen to me?
Understand she was a terror to work with. Why don't you go out and take a crack at Hollywood?
And guest host,
Oh, shut up.
I will not shut up.
Carla Collins.
Am I Snapchatting my vacation wrong?
You're listening
Will somebody please listen to me?
You're listening.
You're listening.
You're listening.
And you listening at home on your radio boxes.
Want to live in Los Angeles? Well, good news.
Welcome to Los Angeles, ma'am.
This is
LAAF.
And that's why the world sucks so hard now.
Thank you and welcome to Los Angeles. This is his very favorite podcast about itself. We love things that are about us.
Self-proclaimed.
Yeah, absolutely. And with featuring the queens of late night entertainment. In
late night, ooh,
and
yeah. Morning.
Yeah.
So late, it's morning.
Well, they'll do afternoons. We're going to like a Home by 9 show featuring Carla Collins. But,
Yes, March 23rd at the Ice House.
yeah, it is the great Grace Faye and Carla Collins co-hosting today. Everybody, come on!
Carla! Welcome to the LAAF podcast, and we just had our 200th episodes, and we're stepping it up for you guys.
Oh, what have I done? Keep on going. You're fine.
We're stepping up for you guys, and something gets boned. Not us.
Yeah.
It's like Lilith Fair, but with a sense of humor.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about that. For me, anyway.
That's a tall order for Grace.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
the
I can
Wonder Woman
scat.
power. You can scat?
Yeah, not
that's
the
really
animal
jazz.
thing, but the jazz thing. Yeah.
I know. I always thought,
Scoobappy boop babby boop boop, but better.
I was going through a list of the worst songs to strip to, just something I like to do in the afternoons, and I came up with the Proclaimers. I would walk 500 miles. Just mash up with Sarah McLachlan's "In the Arms of the Angel," like because you're doing your thing and you're grinding on the pole, and they're just thinking of sad creatures in cages
and just crying.
Like they're like, women in cages, fine. Animals in cages, no. Now I'm sad when I'm watching my stripper.
To fall down at your door.
I would walk 500. It's just
I had
tough
that
to
cassette
strip.
tape.
Yeah. Well, we all had the Proclaimers when it was big. It's rough to be sexy. It's like a river dance, lap dance. It's tough.
Oh yeah,
to be sexy to the Irish tunes.
But if you kick high enough, you can kind of see under those skirts. So
because nothing's worn under the kilt, it's all in perfect working order.
No, there's an art to picking those songs to strip to. When I did burlesque, I love like vintage burlesque, and the horns come in right when you're supposed to dun dun, dun. Every time you do a hit with your boobs or your ass, or every time you take something off, and dun 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 is like a hip circle, So there's an art. So I don't know about
Grace
Proclaimers.
I was doing shtick, but Grace has like DACO knowledge on this, and I'm just like, what? In Toronto, Q107 used to have stripper weekends, so it was all the biggest. A lot of Aerosmith guys, a lot of Aerosmith.
Oh yeah,
yeah, and pour some sugar on me, little Def Leppard.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
okay,
it was all the top songs, I guess.
She's my cherry pie.
That's a stripper song?
Wow.
Yeah.
It's on the nose, I feel. Which guys are, though?
Wait,
It's
what's
like
a cherry
top 10.
pie? Is that a dirty thing?
It can be. Your cherry.
Oh, no, I've heard of that.
Yeah. Like raspberry
Yeah, I used
beret.
to have one.
It's a little ironic that it would be a stripper song when you think about it. They're not going to have any sort of, cherry to speak of.
Oh, but
dear.
It does
Well,
make me
that
think
could
of
still be.
American Pie.
When they were doing
I'm
American
hungry. I want a sundae. With a cherry
It's
on
like a
top.
Delicious
Wow.
lesbian brunch now. We've gone all. I like the fact that we're just like, oh, look, a squirrel. Like everything's shiny. We're just okay. We're gonna go over here.
I
now.
mean, this isn't about anything. This show,
There are a lot of songs that are about lady parts that you don't think of.
besides WAP.
I mean, well, that's on.
Are you supposed to say it?
Which is
WAP
what I
or
want.
WAP?
No, I know. I was calling it WAP, and I want that to play at my celebration of life. Like I just want that forget it. That's how are you not going to be in a good mood? But like, there's Raspberry Beret, there's a bunch, and then there's of course like Rihanna's Umbrella. I assume is about her vajayjay.
Yeah.
Because I refer to mine as an umbrella as well.
Umbrella.
And when you're in
I don't
LA,
get it.
when it rains, that's why everybody gets so out of sorts.
I don't get any of her dirty jokes.
Dude looks like a lady is clearly
I'm calling my
about-
vagina an umbrella like Rihanna does because we're basically twins.
Yeah, I see the
Obviously.
resemblance.
Grace doesn't get any of my 90s hip hop references either. Because she was deprived.
I was wearing a bonnet and, picking corn in the 90s.
Were you part of a cult? What was happening?
My family was like a cult.
You were wearing a bonnet picking
It was
corn
like a Connecticut
in
cult.
a field. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm
We
very
wore
intrigued
bonnets
now.
for fun. Yeah. It was
Did
like a
you?
prairie
For
thing.
fun and for fashion. Like a Little
Yeah.
House situation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're
but in the
definitely
suburbs.
we're getting around today because we're over here on the podcast, but we're over here on the YouTube as a test run because full
Yes,
show Friday, I
YouTube.
think.
Yes.
And then we're over on the Patreon for just a few things. If I have, some things I only put on the Patreon, it's only to entice you
Yes.
to come aboard and be a part of the family.
Yeah, we need more big daddies and big mamas to sponsor us on Patreon.
Yeah.
Well, we have to afford, these incredible talents because as we all get booked more and more, we do.
Their price goes up.
Yeah, basically we make nothing doing this, and it would be nice to someday make a few dollars.
Just today, Grace was like, give me the other chair. I was like, oh, she's getting pricey. She's getting demanding.
Otherwise, back to stripping.
Yeah, it will be, too. Yeah.
I used to
Against
play
your
this
will.
game at summer camp.
Hey, all that and more coming up on the radio, on Patreon, everywhere, on LAAF.
This
Sorry.
is LAAF.
This is going to be a bad show.
I mean, Carla, isn't it a thing? Like, the longer you're in LA, you're more like, look, hair and makeup is a fucking hour, okay?
I just
And-
want my hair and makeup artist to live with me because I'm not good at it, as you can tell, and I go overboard.
I think you look
my
fabulous.
idea is just
and
to
so
throw
do
a bunch
they.
of glitter into a fan
Yeah.
with glue on my face. Like, that's what it looks like.
That's like this
with
candle
both
you
my
gave
hair.
us, and I do love it.
Isn't it?
It was thrown into a fan of glitter.
I know, it's wonderful. It's called Sweet Pea and Gray Hair, Hare.
Like the rabbit.
Yes, by the wonderful at Michelle Reeves, at Mrs. Reeves, and she is married to Jason Reeves, Jaybird Digital Arts, who does all my wonderful comedy flyers.
Oh my
So
God, I
they're
love your
just-
flyers.
He's fantastic. He really zhuzhes them, and wonderful couple. So yeah, she has these special, and she's a witchy woman.
Yes.
Oh yeah, they're imbued with magic and.
I've been adding these
Newt.
witchy jazz songs, and I've started to realize. So Jimmy and I always make fun of the idea that every single jazz song is like Blue Moon, Moonlight in Vermont, What a Little Moonlight Can Do, like on and on about the moon, on and on about Lullaby of Birdland, Blue Skies, Bird. It's all birds, skies, love. All that stuff. But now that I've gotten into the witchy songs, there's Bewitched, Bothered, and Bewildered.
Love that
There's
song.
Old Black Magic. There's so many. But do come hear me. I believe that Carla will be joining us at the Burbank Moose Lodge on Friday the 15th, right there at Burbank, guys. It's $20. The music starts at 8:30. If you arrive a little early, you can do a swing dance lesson. Then the DJs get it going, my friend DJ Nate, and then the whole quartet of me, Grace Faye, and the Grandbirds will play. And it's an unbelievable young person's quirky swing dance.
Oh, yeah, it's great.
Wild. There's a full bar,
Like
pool
swingers.
table. Yeah, but that happens in the back, though.
The other kind.
You get the other part of the Moose Lodge. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So maybe see you guys there.
Well, I'll be there. I can't wait to hear you sing. And yes, very magical.
Yeah. So check me out on Instagram at FAEZIE, Carla Collins Comedian on Instagram.
Collins Comedian, and there's always little clips of my comedy and fun things. And I have some glam shots up this week.
Oh my God, girl.
I was going through like
I mean, she's a
Oscar
model. Check it
season
out.
Glam shot thing. Well, one thing was from a modeling contest that I I only entered it so I could follow up any guy who I have ever slept with and said, "You actually banged a model." That's right, I'm a model now.
And I didn't even give you an STD. I mean, it's the better phone call to have to
It
make.
really is. I joke. I'm a former model glue sniffer. Former model glue sniffer. That's more accurate.
We call it huffing in the community.
What community is that, Jimmy? Is that you still leading all the Dungeons and Dragons nerds?
Oh yeah, that's gonna happen. Yeah, Grace wasn't here for that, but I'm gonna start. You've seen the Dungeons and Dragons facility up the street.
I think you'd scare them all if you walked through the door.
But I'm saying
They were like, we weren't expecting a real ogre.
yeah, I'm saying if the apocalypse hits on Friday night, I can on Saturday morning go in there and arouse pretty much an army.
Oh yeah, they already have the swords, the capes, all the accoutrements.
Cloaks.
They'll follow me.
The boots. I mean, you got to have good Doc Martens.
Follow me.
Jimmy's pretty confident about his ability to lead.
Do you know how he
all
wanted
the
to do
nerds.
the entrance to our wedding? Not walk down the aisle like civilized people.
yeah.
He
This was
wanted
gonna
to
be great, but she
descend from
ruined
the
it.
catwalk of the stage together on a swing, holding swords.
Not a swing, a scissor lift.
The scissor lift is something else.
That's a couple of theater
That's
majors
for the
right there.
honeymoon.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
exactly.
There was
Scissor lift
nothing-
sounds like something I would like to learn. Because you never know.
Hey, you stick around here long enough, we'll teach you.
That's a special hot yoga class.
Oh my god!
Really is.
I thought he was gonna. I thought that Jimmy wanted to come down the aisle on a centaur.
Oh, I said centaur about him.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He thinks
Jimmy
I'm
looks
weird.
like he could be. He's a centaur hybrid.
I agree. Oh my god! Ever since I saw that Disney movie Fantasia and like the fairies and the centaurs, like
Yeah,
so
he's a
I
centaur.
actually like have a little bit of a fantasy about centaurs.
well, who doesn't?
Oh, I think
They're
we
hung
talked
like a
about this
centaur.
before. I'm revealing too
What
much.
is-
I
the-
always say that I want to find the sperm of a centaur. That's going to be.
What are
Oh,
the important part is the horse part, right? I mean we're talking right like it's split up properly, right? You don't have horse head and human dick.
Obviously, the teeth.
No, well, I mean, it's just tough to find pants. That's all I'm saying. But
What if it was horse head and human bottom half?
That's not what any
like
of the
the
fairies
bad
are
reverse
hoping
mermaid.
for.
It's a fish head and a chick's umbrella. That's right. I said it again.
That's even
She
more.
called it back.
That's even more tragic for the mermen. Yeah.
Yes, it's really
Just a
it's
fish
really
head and a
just-
slimy dick below.
It's tough. It's the loneliest mermaid, not the little mermaid. And are we shouting out to our
We
new
are
Patreon
shouting out to our
members?
Patreon supporters. Yes, can I say
Who are
Craig
these people,
Stepp,
though?
thank you so much.
Yes,
Nice to
Craig
meet
Stepp
you.
is my bodyguard.
All right.
He's a dear friend, and he, big supporter. And Robert Carnell has been a long time, he follows me on Insta and Facebook.
Carla
and he's
fan,
been
as
a
we
big
all are.
supporter.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you,
yay,
Robert.
Thank you.
Craig and Robert, welcome, and thank you as always to the usual suspects. You know who you are. It's Sarah and Jane Claire. It's Donna and May. It's Jake and Jeff.
Thank you, guys.
Holding it together. Let's get more on there at patreon.com/LAAF. And it's just $1 a month. Like, who gives a shit, right?
Or you can go $5
That's
a month.
$12 a year.
Yeah,
I spend
that's
that on
nothing.
fentanyl.
And exactly. and we can also shout out your business or if you have stuff coming up. So
Yeah, absolutely.
Patreon it up. Get your Patreon.
Yeah, and since Carla came aboard, the listeners are up. So if you do want us to shout you out, get on there and we'll do it.
Or review and subscribe on iTunes. That would help
Please.
a lot too.
Absolutely.
We love you guys. We're going to keep sticking it out here as the sun comes up in beautiful sunny LA.
Sorry. You were going to be the grumpy one today. What happened?
Oh, yeah. Well, I hung out with you guys long enough and I got all feeling good. I'm a Spootner.
That's a wrap.
That was fun, you guys.
Thanks. And sorry. But thanks again.
If you're listening to this,